everybody. How's it going? I hope you're all staying safe and having a lot of fun with your family. So I know that we weren't able to finish our classes together, and that was kind of bumming me out. So I thought that I could do a class here at my house and share it with you guys, and that way we could still learn a little bit about being healthy. So our last class we were planning on talking about listening to our bodies. And so if you remember from the last time that we had class together, we did some dancing and we did some moving around, some physical activity, and we talked about how to listen to our bodies when they were telling us that we're being active. We're moving around, and our body has a way of telling us that we're doing that and we're doing a good job. So just like that, just like our physical activity, our bodies have a way of telling us when we're hungry and when we're full. So can you think about how your body might tell you if you are hungry? What would your body do? Think about that. So some of you may have said that your belly starts to growl, right? It starts to make all kinds of noises and grumbles, and so that's definitely one way that our body will tell us that it's time for us to eat. I know that when my body starts to get hungry, I get a little cranky. And so sometimes if you get really, really hungry and your body is telling you that you need some food, you might get cranky too. That happens to everybody. You could also start to feel a little bit tired if you've been playing really hard, like we did with our dancing with our animal boogie last time, and your body starts to feel tired. Then that might be a good sign that your body says that it needs something to eat, needs some fuel for your body. How about if you get full? What does your body do? How do you know when your belly is full? Hmm. So our belly will start to get full. It will start to get belly aches if you eat too much, right? Who's had a belly ache before? I know I have from eating too much, especially at like Thanksgiving and big family meals, right? Our belly, we tend to eat a lot, and so our bellies might get a tummy ache if we eat too much. So it's really important that we listen to our bodies when we're eating or when we're getting ready to eat, because our bodies are going to tell us how much we need to eat and what type of foods we need to eat. So we talk about being healthy and eating healthy foods, right? We've tried a bunch of different healthy foods. We've tried some peppers. We've tried some apples. We tried, remember those yogurt parfaits that we tried? Those were really good, with some cereal and some fruit in those. So it's good for us to eat healthy foods, right? And that's what our body wants. And when our body gets hungry and it's telling us and our belly's growling, it wants us to eat healthy foods. So I actually have a little tool that I like to use to help me remember what foods are healthy and which ones my body likes to have. So you may have seen this before, but this is called a My Plate. Can everyone see that? So my plate is a little tool to help us remember what foods are healthy, right? And so, like I said, we've tried a lot of healthy foods. We've tried some vegetables, like our peppers right here. You can see that. We had 3 different colored peppers. We've tried some fruits. You can see our apples right here at the top. If you remember, we tried red, green, and yellow apples. So we've had some fruits, we've had some vegetables, and remember, those are really good for us because those help give our body energy. They help our body stay healthy, um, and they give our body something called vitamins. So our body needs vitamins in order for us to stay healthy and grow, right? So how about these foods over here? What kind of foods can you see in this section? So I see some fish right here, and maybe, what's that, a piece of chicken, and some eggs, and then maybe a steak. So that section, those type of foods are called protein foods. And so protein foods are really, really good for us because they help us build strong muscles and help keep our body healthy. So again, if you're starting to feel hungry, then maybe that's a type of food that you can have for lunch or for dinner or breakfast. There's also some different type of proteins. So these are all from animals, right? We have our chicken and our fish and our eggs. But other proteins are things like beans or peanuts. Those are all called proteins as well. So just remember that. And then this section over here is our grains. And so you can see some bread, and maybe that's some macaroni, it looks like. And then right up there at the top is some rice. And so those are all called grains. All of those foods are grains. And so those foods help keep us full longer. And so it's really good for us when we are being really active, right? When we're doing lots of exercise or playing outside. We want to make sure our bellies stay full. And so grains are a good way for us to do that. So make sure you're getting lots of different grains like these foods here. And then our last food group over here is our dairy. And so you can see a glass of milk up at here at the top, and maybe a slice of cheese. And then in the back, I don't know if you guys can see that, that looks like a cup of yogurt. And so those are all different dairy foods. And so we actually had some yogurt when we did our fruit parfaits. And so dairy foods are actually pretty good for us because they help keep our bones healthy. And so we want to make sure we have strong bones and that they're growing. So those dairy foods will help us do that. So just a quick little tool for us to remember, and you guys will learn a lot more about this when you get into kindergarten and first grade and start to get a little bit bigger at your schools. And so this is a good tool for us to remember what foods are good for our bodies when our bodies are hungry. So now that we know what foods our body wants when we get hungry, it's also really good for us to learn how much food our body needs when we get hungry. And so sometimes, like first thing in the morning when you wake up and you start to feel a little grumble in your belly, right? It starts to make some noise. Usually our first meal, our first foods that we eat is breakfast. And so we know that it's been a really long time since we've eaten because we were sleeping all night. And so maybe that breakfast is a pretty big breakfast. It's maybe it's some cereal and some fruit and some water and either some milk or some juice, right? Maybe a piece of toast. So it's good for us to learn that when our bellies are really, really hungry, listening to those bellies, and know that maybe we need a big meal, maybe we need a big snack. And then other times our bellies just get a little bit hungry, and so we only need a little snack. Maybe it's a granola bar, or maybe it's an apple or an orange, right? And so listening to our bodies and learning how much food our bellies need. So that can be tricky sometimes. So I actually have a little demonstration here for you. Think about your belly and how big it is, or how hungry you're feeling right now, right? So if you were getting ready for a snack and I gave you this one piece of cantaloupe here. Whoopsies. Our cantaloupe, right? So cantaloupe is a melon. It's a fruit. Really good for us. But if I gave you that one piece, do you think that would be enough to fill up your belly? Probably not, right? That's only one little piece. I think if you were if your belly was telling you that it needed a snack, it would probably want one more. It would probably want more than just that one piece. So that's not enough. But how about if you wanted a snack and I gave you this whole bucket of cantaloupe? So this is a pretty big jar of cantaloupe here. What do you think would happen if we tried to eat all of that? What do you think our bellies would do? Probably get a bellyache, right? I'm guessing that's probably too much for your belly. Even if your belly was super hungry, even if it was growling really, really loud, that's probably too much for us to eat. I know I'd get a bellyache if I tried to eat all of this. So that one's too much. The first piece was too little. How about this piece right here? Look, that looks like a nice little cup of cantaloupe, right? So not too big. Look how big this one is. And it's not too little, right? It's not just that one piece. So I think this would be a good size for us for a snack. So we got to learn how much food our belly needs when we get hungry. Normally we would go over our rules, right? If you remember our 3 rules, remember one is we're always washing our hands before we eat. We want to make sure we're washing and getting all those germs off. Our second rule is we're not yucking someone's yum. So you may have tried some new foods being at home, or learned about some new foods with your grown-ups, with your mom and dad or your adults. And just remember, we're not trying to yuck someone's yum. It's good for us to try new foods, and some of those foods might not be our favorite, but we're not going to tell other people that they're gross, right? Okay, you remember that rule. And then our last rule, we always wait until everyone's ready in the classroom. And so that's a good rule to practice at home too. If you're getting ready for lunch or for dinner, make sure that you are waiting until all of your food is ready, and then everybody can sit down at the dinner table together and eat dinner together. That's really good for us, to eat together and to talk to each other. So those are good rules for us to practice when you're at home too, right? Let me know if you tried some cantaloupe before. Maybe have your mom or dad take a picture of you eating some cantaloupe, and they can put it on Facebook at either the main Snap Ed page or our Somerset Public Health page. Let me know what you think. If you've tried it before and you liked it, if it's a new food for you, what you thought. If you didn't like it, that's okay too. It's just good for us to try them. And so then going back to learning how much food our belly needs for it to be full but not get a tummy ache, right? I actually have a little activity. I hope everyone got it. And so they should have come in from the school that you go to. And so this activity is for us to think about how much food our body needs. And so everybody should have gotten one of these papers here. Can you see that? It looks like a big person, right? And so what I want everyone to do is to take this big piece of paper and make this person look like you. You can give it the shoes that you like to wear, or a funny hat, right? Or maybe your favorite shirt. So make this person look like you. If you wear glasses or if you have freckles, put it right on that person. And use some different colors if you want to. So everyone should have one of these pieces of paper. And then once this person looks just like you also should have a new paper with some snacks on it. And so these are just some of my favorite snacks. You can see this one here is some toast with bananas on it, and then maybe some veggie sticks, or there's our fruit parfaits right there that we tried. Those look like they have some different fruits in them. Cheese and crackers. So think about what your favorite snacks are. And if there's some of these ones, that's awesome. Or if you want to get your own picture or draw your favorite snacks, I want you to think about your favorite snacks and how much of snack or how much food your belly should need for you to be full without getting a bellyache. Okay? And so after you're all done, once you colored in your person and you found your favorite snacks and you have them all cut out, you can put them in your person's belly. And then that will be a way for us to see how much food we need, what our favorite snacks are. And so here you can see my person. And so this kind of looks like me, maybe not. And you can see some of my favorite snacks in there. And so we got some toast with the bananas, some cheese and crackers. Those are one of my favorite snacks. And that parfait. I love the fruit, yogurt, and granola or cereal parfaits. Those are one of my favorites. And so you can see I only put 3 different snacks in here. So why wouldn't I put all of the snacks? If I liked all of these snacks on this piece of paper, why wouldn't I put all of them? What do you think? Right, because I would get a bellyache. If I ate all of these snacks, I would get a bellyache. That would be too much food for me. So I just put 3 in. So again, it would be fun. It might be fun for you guys to try that out. Color in your person, put your favorite snacks in your belly, and then that way we can learn a little bit more about our bodies and what it takes for them to be healthy and full and happy. So I think that's all we have for today. This would have been our last class together. So if you're seeing this, then I hope I can see you again next year when schools are back, and we can learn even more about some healthy foods and how to keep our bodies growing healthy. But until then, have lots of fun, try some different foods, play outside, and I'll see you next year. All right, everybody, stay safe. Next time, bye.